today is for the veterans. This is for y'all. You know, if there's anything that I want y'all to leave here with is to the veterans. You are seen, you are heard, you're respected, you are honored, you are loved, and you are worthy of this. And you know, to put y'all's lives down on the line, it's an astronomical act of the selflessness. So I want to thank y'all again for those who have served. And with this, I say I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to our guest speaker, Nelton Bernard, who is a Marine sergeant and who has also walked his journey of mental health as well. And he's helping others achieve mental health wellness as well.
I appreciate it. Shout out to my little bro Jeffrey and my man DeAndre and Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity. Thank y'all. I'm very honored to be here. And this came right on time. Becoming mental health. I just recently retired from the Marine Corps September 30th of last year. Okay, I went in, and appreciate you. I went in when I was 17 years old, right out of high school. Didn't know nothing about life. Okay, the reason I joined the Marine Corps, I know some veterans out here, you have your reasons for joining, but I was escaping poverty. My mom and dad split up when I was 9. We became homeless throughout my time, you know, through elementary, middle school, high school. And that feeling of poverty, it told me like, this ain't what I really wanted for the rest of my life. So I went to the Marine Corps in 2003. Now mind you, y'all know what's going on in 2003. Iraq, Afghanistan, right? I had people tell me in high school, hey, don't join the Marines, you're gonna die, man. That's a stupid move, right? And it's crazy because 5-10 years in, them same friends like, hey man, I should have been with you, bro. Ain't nothing out here in Houston, right? So I said to say this: was it a scary move to go to the Marine Corps? Yeah, possibility of going to war and dying. Yeah, that was on the mind, but it wasn't nothing compared to what I was going through in Houston. You know, not knowing where the next meal was gonna come from. You know, like when I say homeless, I'm talking about like we in Fiesta. And my mom had to give us baths and stuff in the women's stall type stuff, okay? So I'm not talking about play, all right? I was going to school. My friends didn't know I was homeless until like 10 years later. They're like, man, why you ain't say nothing? Hey, man, look, I had to get it like I had to get it. You know what I'm saying? Education was everything from my mom's standpoint. So I graduated, went to the Marine Corps. So throughout my time in the Marine Corps, now I'm considered what you would say an anomaly, right? I joined 2003, September. I retired 2023. Never stepped foot Iraq, Afghanistan, Kuwait. Okay?
Right.
You're not gonna realize people like that, right? Now, it wasn't to say that I was dodging the war, it was just that wasn't God's path for me. Okay? And I say that with a smile, and I don't feel ashamed that I served 20 years and ain't fought nobody or killed nobody. Okay? Because I see what it does to people who have done that and come back here. And it's not a pretty sight. Ain't no money in the world that I would trade to have those experiences. Okay? But at the same time, I still got my money though. All right? Don't get that twisted.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't get that twisted. All right? So, I didn't understand what mental health was until 2015. I didn't know that when my mom and dad split and I became the man in the house at 10 years old, I didn't know that was the start of mental health for me because I was like, why do I feel so heavy all the time? So I took that persona on throughout my adolescent, adulthood, and then I became a Marine leader. And I've always wanted to help people. I've always wanted to make sure everybody was good, right? But I didn't understand about self-care. I would give so much and give so much and give so much that I have nothing left. So I'm in the corner crying, looking at my wounds, and it's like, yo, what's going on here, right? So I came across my first therapist or counselor in 2015, and she changed my world. And to this day, I vouch for talk therapy. I know we got drugs and all that like that, and we self-medicate, but talk therapy will change your life, only if you're serious though. So I've been in therapy off and on since 2015. Now mind you, being in the military, that's already a hard life as it is, right? When you couple being married, having kids, the divorces are pretty nasty. And custody battles are pretty nasty for military members, which I went through. Okay, to just give you a little a dive in that. Just recently, I've been divorced from my first wife for like 5-6 years, but I've been remarried since then. Recently, 2.5 years ago, I went through a custody battle for my 3 daughters, right? So it got to the point where I would get them on summer times, you know, spring breaks, and then when I petitioned to have them live with me, oh, you already know how that goes. So they flipped the script on me. I can't see my kids for 2 years now. Oh yeah. I know I smile and I got this energy, but yeah, it pain come with this smile. Okay, I've been a loving father, and I know what it's like not to have a father. So for the court to tell me, hey, you ain't got to supervise visits no more because of so-and-so saying so-and-so, right? Lies, of course. So, you know, me as a black man in the system is already, I'm already, disadvantaged already. So 2.5 years later, I finally get a chance to, actually talk to my daughters unsupervised, and I'm working on getting them down here for the summer. They live in Georgia, okay? So when I tell y'all that the 20 years, it went by fast, but it was a hard fought 20 years. I shouldn't be here right now for the simple fact that they didn't want to promote me to the next level, to E7, which is gunnery sergeant. I stayed a staff sergeant, which is my retired rank, for 12 years. I did everything the Marine Corps told me to do. But then, yet they don't tell me why I can't move up to the next level, right? And I gotta sit with that. I gotta eat that. Because that's messing with my self-esteem now. I'm out here fighting for my country, but yet I gotta see it and just be like, hey, what happened? I don't know. But continue to truck on, So the mental health piece is definitely so important, especially for when I look around, I see me, young black fellas, and this is probably the most I've been around in any given unit in the Marine Corps, right? So I'm always like 1 of 2, 1 of 5, right? So when I see y'all, it's like, man, I see me. And the racism is real now. The racism is real. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, 2024. But trust and believe, where I'm getting approached by my white commanding officers while I'm hanging out with the black dudes, this is the real conversation. Why you over there with them? You don't like? No, we got a lot of common over here. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have to get y'all. I'm over here. I have to explain that to somebody. Like, y'all understand how that makes you feel when I can just be around y'all, just talk and go. It's what it is. Like, I met pretty much a lot of y'all. I felt like I was part of the family, just in conversations. Whether you served or not. So it's so crazy how people make you feel can change the whole dynamic, right? So when it's time for my retirement ceremony, this is what I did. Because it was in June, right? And so some of y'all don't know, the Mumford Point Marines were the first black Marines that were able to serve, in the actual Marine Corps, right? So I retired in that month. So what I did for my entire ceremony, I had none but black people in my ceremony, and them white boys were mad. You guess me, they were mad, but I ain't care because they didn't care about the stuff I went through, all the racism, all the prejudice and the bias that I had to go through them 20 years. So I don't care about their feelings at this point, right? And to the day I retired, they tried to sabotage my retirement ceremony. The ones that was ha-ha-heeing in my face were the same ones trying to get me up out of there. And it's crazy because, like, as a 17-year-old going into the world, you don't really know much, right? But it's like, life's gonna show you how it really goes. Life's gonna show you what the skin tone means. And don't be confident. Don't walk in there and the head ain't down, you ain't scary. Bruh. But I stayed the course though. So my transition from the military is better than most because while I was in the Marine Corps those 20 years, I never lost who I was. A lot of people get in organizations, right, and they become that, and then that's it. So if you take that from them, they don't know who they are. And that's where the suicide comes in, right? Homicide, self-medication, right? So I've been blessed enough to avoid those things, right? But the things I told y'all, just in just a little bit of detail, that sent me to a place, a dark place, to where I was like, man, I'm gonna stop paying child support if I don't see my kids. Like, yeah. And I understand the Amber Alerts. When I see the kid's name, and I'm like, oh, that's the daddy. Oh, okay. 2 years I ain't seen my kids. So I have a different perspective now, But the difference between me and them is the choices I've made. Like, yes, it sucks, but at the end of the day, I was like, you know what, I gotta be better. My dad went in my life after 9 years old, right? What happened to me with my divorce, I could have been like, well, F it. I was going about my life, but I was like, no, I gotta be better. I have a choice. And that's what separates me from anybody else. Don't make me better, don't make me worse. I just make different decisions. Okay, so I'm honored to stand before y'all and kind of tell y'all my story about how I came to be here. Okay, and right now, just so y'all know, I don't work for nobody. Okay, I'm a full-time student. I study psychology and counseling because I want to be a counselor therapist. Because when I see these faces out here, I know we all could have used some counseling in our day. Yeah. But our family didn't know about that. That's white people stuff, right? Okay, but that's what saved me. That's why I can talk and look y'all in the face and smile and be proud because we all come from different walks of life, but at the same time, it's one and the same. So I advocate for therapy, and I'm going to be a therapist. I'm going to get all the young black males that I can get because I wish I had it when I was coming up. But the fact that I didn't, I still came out on top. That lets you know how much better we can be if we have it from little on up. And we can't be afraid. We can't be afraid to talk to each other because you know they don't care about what we got going on, right? We better bring the money home, right? We better provide and protect for us. I don't want to hear nothing else. We don't care how hard it is out there, right? But it beats us down day after day after day, right? And I'm blessed to have a black queen by my side that held me throughout my time, my last 5 years in the Marine Corps. She was my solid, she was my rock. And I don't know if I could have made it without her, right? So you gotta understand, the mental health is real. We gotta talk about it, fellas, okay? We gotta talk about it because again, y'all see my shirt where I have this quote, right? I can help you, but I can't save you, all right? And I came up with this like about 15 years ago because I was that dude that thought I was gonna save the world, all right? And we all know you can't save nobody who don't wanna be saved, right? I had to learn it the hard way, okay? So understand, you can only save yourself. You can't wait for nobody else to do it for you because it's not gonna happen. So I had to look myself in the mirror and be like, okay, all right, Nelson, all right, something ain't right. Let's figure this out. Because I got kids who need me, I got wives who need me, I got the Marines who need me. So what's up? What you gonna do? And suicide wasn't an option. But we all know it's out there though. We all know it's out there. All right, so as we come upon this Memorial Day, you know, a lot of people like Happy Memorial Day. It's not a happy moment. It's not a happy, you know, holiday because we're memorializing people who gave the ultimate sacrifice, right? But that's not only in combat, right? We got guys who made it out of combat who come home who don't make it. I've known more military members who died from suicide in the military than in combat. And this after I left the unit. So it made me feel some type of way about that. So it's real out there, y'all. So don't get it twisted. Like social media and the media, they not covering the half. I'm telling you right now. Most of y'all that had a conversation with me right now, y'all wouldn't know nothing about my life had I not told y'all. Because the energy I bring. But it comes with a cost. This smile has pain. But at the end of the day, when I look at y'all, it's like, this is the reason why I keep going. Because I look at y'all and me, and me, I'm y'all. So like, what are we talking about? So at the end of the day, if we don't do nothing else, let's lift each other up. Lift each other up. Because I thought I was by myself. When I was struggling, I thought I was just me by myself. But when I opened up, they were like, oh yeah, me too. I was like, yo, you too? Oh, okay. So they took the load off, right? Okay? So, I mean, just talk with y'all fellas, right? Y'all didn't even know me. But y'all listen to me and we exchange stories, and that's what it's about. That's what it's about. And I plan on making connections from this day forward. Because I'm all about relationships and remembering. People will always remember. Not what you did for them, not how cool you were, not how funny you were. They're going to remember how you made them feel at the end of the day. So I carry that. I got Marines to this day, 10 years ago, still hitting me up for references. And hey, big bro. And that means I did something right during my time, right? It wasn't about fighting nobody, no white man's war. It wasn't about that. It was about getting myself together. So I'm out here now, and I'm only 38. Only 38. People don't believe me, right? I got to show birth certificate, right? But that's a blessing, though. That's a blessing because I have a whole lot of life ahead of me, right? And just being around y'all fellas just showed me it's definitely life after the Marine Corps, after the military, because y'all pretty much doing what we did in the military, really. You know, looking out for each other, holding each other accountable. That's a big one. Because we can't grow if we're not going to sit and have the hard conversations. Hey, bro, you know that was messed up. What we going to do to fix that? me being like that is why a lot of people stay from around me, because I'm not for it. I'm not for that. But I have those thoughts, but I'm not here to be perfect in front of y'all, because I was gonna stop paying child support back in November. My wife like, no, that's not the man I married. And she's right, and I cried like a baby. She held me accountable. Oh, I wanted to stop. And I was overpaying too, because we got divorced in California. You already know that. Come on, they in Georgia. What we talking about? Overpaying. But I did it though. I did it. So now my goal is to get my babies here, my 3 daughters here, and just love on them, and just try to be the best father and person I can be. And that's what I strive to be, the best version of myself every single day. Regardless of what happened to me or what's going to happen to me or whatever. So that's the message I want to give to my brothers. Okay, we got to lift each other up. We got to. All right, and it's an honor. This is like my second speaking engagement since I retired. Appreciate you, little bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally, when you ask me about this, because like people don't ask me. So I'm that person that's like, who mentors the mentor? Who counsels the counselor? Who helps the helper? That's me. I've been going through life since I was 10 years old that way. So to get to have this moment to speak and get this off, this is therapy for me. So I appreciate you fellas. Y'all don't understand. I appreciate you. Because when I was in the Marine Corps, I would get the young little bros and get them up under my wing, because I knew nobody cared about them like I would. And I didn't care. If I wasn't a popular one, I didn't care if I was rubbing elbows. That might be a reason why I didn't get promoted, but I don't care. Because it's about me and mine. Because if I don't do it, who gonna do it? That's how I look at it. So at the end of the day, like I tell y'all, I can only save myself. I can help you, but I can save myself. So I appreciate y'all, and I bless y'all, and I appreciate everything y'all supposed to get. I hope y'all get it, because I'm getting mine. All right, and it can be confusing at times, because like I'm very passionate about mentoring, counseling, and all that in youth. Right, I applied for the RTC program in high school. Right, they denied me. Of course, they don't tell you why. I applied for the Big Brother Big Sister program in Houston. They denied me. Don't know why, right? So I could be like, well, forget it then. It's not in my heart. No, I got something else for me. That's what it is. That's how I gotta see it. Because ain't no way you look at my resume and like, yo, like this is a shoe in. But it is what it is, you know. But I'm not gonna stop though. And with the help of y'all brothers and other organizations like y'all, it's gonna help me stay on my path and just keep that passion burning. Keep that passion burning. Okay, because a lot of people didn't make it. Out the hood, from Willow Ridge, I graduated from Willow Ridge, a lot of people didn't make it, you know. And I'm definitely fortunate and blessed to stand before you at the end of the day. Okay, so I appreciate it. Like I said, younger, thank you. Yo, bro, appreciate it. I appreciate this opportunity. Like, y'all just go out there and do great things. Okay? Do great things for us.